Hi guys, Ren here and welcome to the workshop. Today I'm putting together a giant gravel bike for one of my customers, and it's a pretty neat option which I've been looking at myself. So let's have a look at what it actually is. Okay, so the bike is now finished and it's a nice one. I really like it. To be honest, never worked with giant bikes before, but we'll go through the features and I'll tell you what I like and what's not so great. So let's start at the front of the bike. As always, by the way, this is the Revolt Advanced 1 model and has full carbon frame and fork with SRAM Apex 1 finishing kit. As you saw from the short video here, there really wasn't much to assemble, so all I had to do was install the handlebar and the stem, align them, tighten them, install and align the brakes, and adjust the rear shift cable and the shifting itself. So that's pretty much it. Oh, also, and to install the seat post with the saddle. So really quite straightforward, but your dealer will do this probably anyway for you. So let's talk about the features of the bike a little bit. I've already touched on the cockpit. Now the handlebar is Giant's own diffused design, which, although it's aluminum, should help dampen some vibration. As you can see, it has a radically flattened shape to just allow for the downward bending over the rough stuff. And then, the handlebar was also fully taped up, pretty nicely in fact. Also, not one of those cheap OEM tapes with a cork finish. Those I really don't like. This is nice, grippy and rubbery, so that's fine. Although I think it should be taped up a bit further, just for that proper gravel bike aesthetic, but that's just me. The fork itself is quite chunky in appearance, and it has mounts for a rack, mudguard, anything you want. Obviously it's through axle. It has the through axle levers, front and rear, although I prefer the flush hex key operated through axle design. It's just lighter, simple, but yeah, this could be more practical to some people. One thing that I really like, and that is because I'm a big proponent of tubeless tires, and Giant is too. So for their OEM wheel sets, well, they come pre-installed with tubeless tires, valves and everything you need. The tires are also seated properly, so all you need to do is pour in the sealant, which is pre-measured in the little bottles that you get, and fill that in and pump up the tire and you're good to go. So no messing around at all. So that's very, very neat, and other manufacturers could certainly follow suit. The frame is nicely painted. The color is called wine purple. It's not something I've seen on other bikes, but it's a high quality finish and I really like the look of it. So that's nice. If we go further down, we can find a down tube protector. This is made of thick rubber to guard against rock strikes. Also one set of bottle cage bosses here, and 2 more in the traditional locations. Bottom bracket not threaded yet, it's BB86, fitted here with the GXP crank, so that's quite standard. You also get a chain guide, so you can really hit some extra rough stuff. And then if you go further up, seat post binder, really wide and deep, very sturdy looking, much bigger than something you find on a Specialized, so it should be extremely secure. Again, giant diffuse seat post to help with comfort. It's carbon, but the head is bonded in aluminum, like on most entry-level or mid-level bikes. This being a giant top tube, heavily sloping into the seat tube, which is also curved and flattened. Again, I would assume for comfort and compliance. Same goes for the seat stays, which are dropped and flattened again. In chain stays, nothing overly dramatic, although you do get a nice rubber protector on there. But I would prefer this to extend all the way here, because as you can see, there's some potential for damage here and it won't do much in this region, so this could be improved. Other than that, frame is very nicely finished. Seat post head easily adjustable, although a pretty cheap looking saddle to be honest, but if you're a serious rider you probably change that for your own preference anyway. SRAM Apex 1, nothing fancy. You get a 42's chainring up front, 1042 XD driver cassette on the back, so really wide range, although the gaps can bother some people. The hubs are very similar looking to DT Swiss, at least the rear one. Interestingly, I just noticed this while recording, the rear wheel uses straight pull spokes, while the front end traditional J-bend spokes, so that's a bit weird. The rim itself also is nice and wide with 19mm internals, so bang up to date, and also, as I said, tubeless ready. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It weighs in at 9.5 kilos with these sturdy pedals on there, which will be then replaced by the owner, but anyway, for now it's like this. So pretty decent for this price. Definitely a nice bike, and yeah, one that I really like the shape and look of. So if you're after a gravel bike, this new Diverge, there are certainly some good options out there now. Okay, so this is a short overview of the Giant Revolt. I hope you have found this useful. If you want to know more about other bikes that I work on and use myself, then don't forget to tune into the channel later on and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.